Hey folks, haven't made a video in a little bit. It's been a bit of a wild ride here with the hurricane and a busy summer, coming into a more easeful time on the farm, and just to get back in the swing of making videos more regularly, just going to take you on a quick late October farm walkabout. Got the ram on the farm and a couple of wethers in with him, but it may be kind of hard to tell. He's the biggest sheep I've ever seen in my life. The one on the right there is a pretty good sized wether, and Cecil there on the right, or on the left, is just about the size of a small donkey. It's truly remarkable. So we have him separated out for the first couple weeks on the farm from the ewes, but gonna put him in with the females in about a week to have April lambing. We had our first frost last week and covered some things up, but the brassicas did quite well. Kind of a mishmash in this block of cover crop, some lingering lettuce, and some outdoor plantings for the winter. We have a brassica mix here and 5 beds of spinach. That's all coming up beautifully, getting some water right now. And though it was really dry, and then we had immense rainfall with Helene, this new block of gardens did pretty well for its first round of vegetables. Been happy with things and how they've progressed and moved along in here. So tomatoes are out. They've been out for a little while, and we've got a tunnel of lettuce. A tunnel that's got some lettuce mix on the sides and red Russian in the middle beds. We've got a really lush carrot tunnel with various successions, and kind of a mixed, somewhat experimental tunnel in here with a variety of crops. There's chard. Under the cover is bok choy that's coming out soon to be replaced with some quick growing direct seeded crops. We've got some broccoli rabe, some purple bok choy, and going to be able to, between the field crops and the 4 tunnels we've got now, have a pretty consistent supply of winter vegetables, I think, this year, more so than last year, and in the effort of improving our winter growing techniques from year to year, feeling like we're getting closer to our goal from year 1 to year 2. Bit of outdoor red Russian that we're planning to cover up once it gets really cold, and hopefully overwinter so that we can get good harvests come February and March. The indoor plantings we're hoping to get a bit sooner, but we've got red Russian, collards, chard, some purple daikon radish up there, and then this little block of red Russian kale. All this material here is turmeric leaves. We had this edge bed planted a turmeric and got a good harvest off of it, and just laid the leaves down in the paths nearby, and yeah, it's coming along nice as things are getting colder and the days are shortening in the gardens. We're down to just 1 batch of chickens left in the field for the season. The Monday after Helene, it hit on Friday the 27th. That Monday and the whole week, we had 600 chickens ready to be processed, and we didn't really have our normal sales outlets, nor felt confident about the freezers holding up with that much product in it. So we processed that batch over the course of the week and delivered them straight into town fresh to a couple of our wholesale partners who were distributing them for free, having food trucks come out or preparing them in kitchens, and giving free meals to folks who were most affected by Helene using really high quality, locally sourced ingredients. We've got some of the chicken tractors parked here for the winter for some maintenance, and just today finished up butchering and packaging the birds in the second to last batch that we processed yesterday on the farm. Feeling really good about our improvements with that here. We got an upgraded scalder and plucker from Poultryman, and it's really great business that hand and custom fabricates all of their machinery upon order. So it's very high quality and small batch made materials. It's a big upgrade from what we were using, and the four of us were able to process 300 birds in just about 3.5 hours yesterday. So that's a pretty good benchmark and something that we're proud of here. Coming up on the birds, it's a great time of year to be a chicken on the pasture, as the days are mild, the nights are mild. They're all out roaming around, getting moved daily. Nice growth on this persimmon tree. And got the turkeys in the background there. So these guys are going to be our last batch, being processed in several weeks. And then a couple more weeks after that, and Thanksgiving turkeys, and we'll be wrapping up with poultry for the season. This chestnut seedling was just about 4 inches when we planted it in March of 23. And truly stunning to see, with the right care and planting techniques and putting the plant in the right place, what they can do, how much growth they can put on. Turkeys are sizing up considerably, and the males are starting to show their true colors, fluffing out as they do and posturing. And it's amazing to me, we've had the turkeys on the farm since the end of July, and in the next month they eat about as much feed as they've eaten their whole life to date. So while they're already getting to a good size, in the next 4 weeks they're really gonna grow, and hoping to have a really nice batch of holiday turkeys for folks. So we've got space with the location of that last batch of chickens to start running the turkeys up through the tree lanes. They've made 2 laps around this big area of pasture, and you can see how drastic their impact is compared to the thick green grass growing in front of them. Normally we totally segregate the turkeys from where the chickens have been, because they're susceptible to some diseases that can be carried in chicken poop. But we feel like it's been long enough in this area of pasture since there's been chickens. We're gonna run them through and let them do their thing, have their heavy impact on the ground, and then in a couple weeks this area will still have time to recover so they can do their final pass through before processing. Even after frost and the shortening days, very lush green grass growth in Northfield. And with the new chicken tractors and the style that we're moving them in, I'm really interested to see over the winter the even spread of the manure. The Salatin pens we used before had a pretty good effect on evenly spreading the manure, but you could still really see the patches where the chickens were concentrated underneath the pens, whereas having the big open run and letting them get an even impact across the entire tree lane, we're seeing much more even dark color regeneration and nitrogen put down from the chickens. So it's going to be cool to watch the pastures develop this winter. Quick visit to the piggies. Our processor was impacted by the storm, so their processing date was set back about a month. So gonna have really large pigs, and they're going off the farm around December 9th, and that'll be the last of the animals besides the sheep, which stay year-round here on the farm for 2024. So I'm going to do my best to document the rest of the season and some of the exciting projects we have coming up this winter. Little stream bank catalpa tree we planted last year, and keep documenting the journey here in the early days on the farm so that hopefully you all can benefit from it, and so that I can look back on it in the future and have a good record of the types of things that we were up to when we were getting Wild East started. Thanks again for watching another video, folks. Please make sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.